Ked mille falcha. That means 100,000 welcomes. And welcome to a word of hope for the memorial of St. Benedict. My name is Father Brendan Curran, and I come to you near Ballydavid on the west coast of Ireland. What a fitting place to hear about 100,000 welcomes. That's what it means in Gaelic, Céad Mille Falche. And today's first reading is one of those tough readings throughout the Bible. There's some of those challenging moments. And we hear in the prophet Isaiah, the very first book of the prophet Isaiah, the story of condemnation of Sodom and Gomorrah. So often misinterpreted part of our scriptures. But let us lift up one of the obvious signs of concern that God cries out to Sodom and Gomorrah. Where is your hospitality? You're living high on the hog, plundering with all your wealth and possessions around you, while those strangers in your midst, the orphans and the widows, go without. What a challenge to all of us in these days. Kind of difficult to feel a challenge when we look at this beautiful scenery. The next parish over is in Newfoundland in Canada. But it's a reminder to all of us that there's a lot of pain in this soil, of many people who struggled throughout the soils of the earth of finding a sense of welcome and hospitality. And this is a great treasure and value for those of us who profess we are people of faith. Let us have that great spirit of 100,000 welcomes all the way to the bones of our soul. And that doesn't mean just open the door for a stranger to come to your house for dinner, though that is important. But how do we make this a habit of our own regular lives, of finding a stranger in our midst and seeing them as sister and brother to us all? Oh, there's so much more that we can contemplate, but let us go back to a simple phrase from that Gaelic phrasing, 100,000 welcomes. How can our hearts and our souls cry out to God by words and actions of giving 100,000 welcomes to all across the earth? Céad Mille Falcha. Let us make practice and be people of a word of hope and hospitality for our world.